Seems like everyone wants to talk to Zuck, as in Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook fame. Right now, Cook County, Illinois, among others, saying, you know what, we'd like to have a little chat. In Washington, they'd like to have a chat. In London, they'd like to have a chat. In Istanbul, they'd like to have a I just made that up saying, if you were paying attention. I hope you are. All right, let's go to Deidre Bolton on this, social media analyst, Kristen Ruby. So, Kristen, I'm looking at this. I'm saying he has a lot of obligations. A lot of people want to chat. The FTC wants to scour the company's books. Where's this going? Listen,
I think this was a good move on his part. He had no choice. You know, trust is severely down right now with Facebook.
The guy earlier said he did have a choice, and by saying yes to one, he risks sort of being regulated up the yin-yang.
Well, I mean, he said the other night that actually he is open to even speaking about regulations, but this was a good PR move for him. I mean, notoriously, he wouldn't say yes to something like this, but people don't trust him. He has no choice. He has to do this.
Yeah. You know, he could be his own worst enemy, though, Deidre. I mean, he's a brilliant guy. I take nothing away from him, but electrifying, no.
No, not electrifying, but he absolutely has to. And remember that televised interview that he gave last week saying, like, if I'm the right person to do it, if the controlling shareholder, founder, and CEO is not the right person to do it, I'm not quite sure who is the right person to go.
Yeah, he wants to send a technology officer to London for that one, right?
Yes, in fact, he is. And they've named, Facebook has actually named names. Kris Cox is one of them, or so it'll either be Kris Cox or somebody else. But yeah, he's not going to get on a plane. Mark Zuckerberg is not getting on a plane and going to London. But one of my friends tweeted this out this morning. I had to write it down, so I got it exactly right. I'll pay my taxes, raise my kids, and obey the law if I'm the right person. Hashtag fail. You know, the point is, of course he's the right person. Okay, maybe he's going to get himself in trouble, but honestly, the company is already in trouble. I mean, this is the second sit-down.
Do we know whether they're losing users, though, or people are deleting their accounts? I understand it's very tough to do, but... Yeah. Is it substantial?
It's not substantial enough.
It's not.
They're losing users, but not at that critical level that they would actually need to see to really make it.
But what users do they have? I mean, like, I have teenage sons who they don't know Facebook from the mail. They like Snapchat or something.
Yeah,
right,
they want to snap.
Oh, you're hip like me. Okay, fine.
They want to snap. So they have baby boomers.
Who is being hurt here?
So, well, their fastest growing demographic right now on Facebook is actually baby boomers. They've really lost a lot of the millennials. So, you know, that's who they had already. But they're not going anywhere, by the way. Like, they don't want to learn a new network. I said that the other day on...
Are you saying that my generation is kind of stuck in their ways? Yes,
Possibly.
You are. That's fine. You're absolutely right.
But there's something about this whole story that really doesn't make sense.
There are 2 billion of them worldwide, by the way.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, there are.
Okay.
But the point here is this is not new. This has been going on for years. We're hearing about this now because people are having a social media awakening. But this is not newsworthy.
What's not newsworthy? The fact that you can have your data compromised?
Well, no, the fact that Facebook really is a data mining company, and they've been doing this the whole time. People don't read terms of service. That's really what the challenge is.
What do you think made the difference here? That this Trump-linked firm did it because it was linked to Trump? Was it different in the Obama days? Or?
Of course it was different, and there's such hypocrisy. I mean, when Obama used data mining, he was called a genius, right? It was innovative. It was great marketing.
But didn't they have new laws after that?
And I also think there is a little bit more of a nuance here where Cambridge Analytica did actually put in a personality quiz on Facebook. So if you want to sort of split hairs over this, the Obama campaign went in and was going towards voter registration, which, again, is an abuse of privacy. But the fact that this required an interactive quiz and then also mined your list of contacts for like-minded people was seen by some as just one step further into a space where Facebook should not be. I think at the end of the day, they're going to be regulated no matter what, whether Mark Zuckerberg
But if I'm the rest of the industry, and I'm looking at this, I'm Twitter and I'm all these other guys, I'm fearing... If you regulate them, you're going to regulate me. You're going to cast a pall over the entire...
No, it's coming. It's coming.
It is, really?
It is, yeah. And I think Twitter has been invited, right? Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, has been invited to go down to invited. You know, you have to underline that word pretty hard because it's mandatory.
But this is like when they gather the oil execs or the bank execs.
This is exactly
nothing good can come of that, right?
No, it's more expense for these companies. They have to hire more compliance people. They have to hire more legal people.
Facebook wants to do it,
but it's a distraction.
They believe that they want to do it through automation. The problem is they don't actually hire enough people to really do what has to be done. I mean, you see that even with their whole ad team, right? All the time with Facebook.
Well, I know you're not a stock person, but Facebook has lost, a little bit north of $100 billion in value, and Zuckerberg's down about $15 billion in value. Too much? Is that overdone?
No, I mean, I think that can bounce back. I think that's going to happen right now while this is in the news cycle.
So is this the worst that we're seeing now?
Yes, I think so. I believe so.
No. I think like once we learn just kind of the shackles, for lack of a better term, that are going to be put on Facebook. And listen, Google and Twitter also had the same missteps in the run-up to our presidential election, but it was on Facebook that 125 million Americans, so more than half of the U.S. voting population, saw an ad either manipulated or created by some form of a connection to Russia. No, I think these companies, as you said, this is the moment, as we can remember back in the day, big oil. This is the big oil moment.
But why doesn't he pull what Scott McNeely of old Microsystems saying? Do you want your privacy? Get over that. He was being a little blunt, but in this day and age, those days are gone.
Exactly. You can't really expect to have any privacy at all if you're going to be on social media. I mean, it's the same thing. Absolutely. I fully expect that my calls are going to be monitored. They're going to see my full message.
Your whole generation is very jaded.
Is that jaded or is that realistic?
I don't know. You tell me.
It's realistic, and I think that's certainly going to be the Facebook legal standpoint, right? If you are not paying for the product.
Do you take it as a given?
I didn't take it as a given when we learned about the Android kind of recording your text messages, who you called, basically how many times, where you were. That I thought actually
that's a little creepy,
strong.
Don't you think?
But as far as somebody targeting me to sell me because I have a dog, I post a lot about a dog. The fact that I see, dog biscuits ads does not shock me. No.
Really.
And traditional advertising, by the way, has been doing this for ages. Right,
well, you're right about that.
Everyone sort of forgets that.
We don't have to be glaringly reminded when it pops up on our computer screens, right?
Right.
Okay, but you can deal with it. All right, fine. All right. Your whole generation is lost. Yours too. All right, when we come